I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have anything for this video. I'm just gonna talk to you guys. So I realized it don't matter how many times I tell myself I'm gonna upload more. That's just not happening. You guys are just gonna, I don't know, when will the day come? By the way, pomegranate Burt's Bees is the way to go. If you ain't doing pomegranate, you're doing it wrong. I don't care what anyone says. That's my opinion and that's what matters. I fucking love pomegranate Burt's Bees chapstick. Okay? I don't even like pomegranate. My dad says parmesan. He doesn't know how to say pomegranate. I'm actually cleaning my room. I look like a white pasty mayo man. I look like a ghost right now, but I'm cleaning my room, I'm doing my closet, I'm making big money moves. Speaking of big money moves, you know what happened earlier? I got followed on Instagram by this clothing brand. They got like 65K and my ass was like, oh shit. They followed me, they're probably gonna unfollow me in a minute, so I gotta act on this quick. I gotta get on this shit, right? So I messaged them real fast. I DM'd them. I was like, hey, you guys are following me now. This is big for me. Like, I don't get followed by people ever. Why do I look so bright? I gotta turn some lights off. I was like, I don't get followed by people. So I'm gonna make sure I talk to these people. Oh shit. I'm gonna make sure I talk to these people and I tell them what's good. And I said something, okay, y'all are following me now. That's big for me. But do you guys do sponsors? And the dude like replied to the DM like immediately, and he was all like, or she or whatever, I don't know, I'm not here to assume your gender, but like they were like, oh, do you have any of our merch though? And I was like, we can change that. And they were like, all right, well, cop some of our merch and then we'll talk. And I was like, all right, you keep following me and I'll get your merch. And then we'll talk. I don't expect him to actually sponsor me, but if I got sponsored, that'd be fucking lit, right? I'm gonna tell you guys a story. So when I was in like the 7th grade, right? I was in the 7th grade, yeah. I was in the 7th grade, and I went to the motherland of Sudan to like visit my grandparents and stuff, right? And there was this like amusement park that we went to, and the amusement park we went to. Keep in mind, at that time, Sudan was not very advanced, let's say. They had a lot of issues where like the power would randomly go out and stuff like that, you know? And I look so bright. Anyways, so like the power would randomly go out. There's a lot of like big storms and stuff like that would randomly happen. It's in the desert, right? And like over there, like a lot of places open up at night, specifically because it's like nicer out at night than during the day, because like during the day it's like 115 fucking degrees out. Who wants to fucking roast at an amusement park on a Ferris wheel burning up in the sun? No one, right? So that's why people go out at night there, right? So at night it's like maybe 80, 90 degrees or whatever, but it's a lot cooler at night, okay? So I went there. Let me just paint a picture in your mind. Sand everywhere. Lots of sand. Lots of mosquitoes. Malaria all over the place. You get bit once, your life is at risk. You'll probably, it's bad, okay? It's bad. But we went there to the amusement park, right? And so there is this bouncy house, and I'm not talking like a regular bouncy house, like just a square. I'm talking like this bouncy house. This bouncy house was fucking lit. Like this bouncy house had like a slide, an obstacle course in it. It had a bunch of shit, right? And the amusement park was pretty dead. It was like a Tuesday night or something like that. Nobody was really there, so I don't know. There was just no one there. So it was really just like a couple people, like my family, which was being Dina, Roger, and Rawan, and then my cousin, we call him Rishko, and his mom Sally, right? And when we were there, we saw the bouncy house and we were like, yo, we gotta go to this bouncy house, right? So we went on the bouncy house, and when we went into the bouncy house, like everything was all lit. We were having a good ass time. We were feeling ourselves, you know, jumping, running through the obstacles and stuff. And like when you get to the very back, there's like a staircase sort of thing, right? And you get to the back of the obstacle course, and when we got to the very back, we saw the lights start flickering in the amusement park, and we're like, shit, the power's going out. And then all the lights just kind of went out, right? So we hear the bouncy house start deflating, okay? keep in mind, when this happened, I think I was like, I don't know, like 12 years old. I was like 12 years old, right? Rowan was 9, Regine was 6. Regine. Her name's actually Regine. We just call her Roger because like, when she was in like the 1st grade, she had a substitute teacher, and her name is spelled R-O-G-E-N, and the teacher read it as Roger. And she's like, Roger? Is there a Roger here today? And she didn't answer. And the teacher's like, Roger Abdallah? And Regine started crying because the teacher called her Roger, and ever since we've just been calling her Roger. But, so we were in the bouncy house and all the power started going out, right? So we're all like, shit, what are we gonna do? So we just start running, bro. We were fucking booking it, dude. And it's hard too because the bouncy house is like deflating, so we can't get like stable footing. So we're like stumbling all over the place, right? And I remember I got out first, right? I didn't give a fuck who was left behind. I was just trying to get the fuck out. I was not trying to get swallowed up by some plastic house, right? So I got out, right? I ran out, I jumped out the thing. I'm out through the front now, okay? And it's like a 15, 20 second like run. Like this bouncy house was big, dude, right? So I get out, and then Rowan gets out immediately after me. And Rishko, our little cousin, he's like, at the time he was like 5 years old or something, right? And Regine was 6, okay? And so I remember we were sitting there and running, and I got out, and then Rowan got out, and Rishko got out. And I remember Sally's like, where's Ruji? And my mom's sitting there and freaking out. She's like, oh my God, no, she's gonna die. Ahmed, what'd you do? Why did you save her? Why did you do this, that? And I honestly, all I remember from that bouncy house experience, like the #1 thing that I remember happening, I remember Regine falling to the ground through like, there was like an archway, right? And then like on the side was like a staircase, and then the other side was like a slide, right? And we were all running through the archway, and Regine fell. She fucking fell. And she like it was super dramatic too. Like she dropped to the floor, and she's like on her stomach reaching out for our help. She held her arm out. She's like, help me! And she's full of tears, snot running down her nose, bro. She's torn up. She's crying. She feels like she's about to die. She probably saw the end, dude. But me? I didn't fucking care, bro. I was trying to get out. I ran. I saw Rowan look at her, and she goes, and she booked it too, bro. Risco's just sitting there. He's like, fuck it, I don't know her. I've never seen her in my life. I've never met her. I have no idea who she is. He just fucking went for it, right? So we all get out, and the look on her face, dude. So now the power is entirely out. We saw the entire bouncy house deflate. And my mom's freaking out. She's making a scene. She's screaming at the employees there, telling them to go in and save her and stuff. My mom's yelling at me and Rowan and Rishko for not saving our little, Rishko's cousin and my little sister and stuff. And like, we're like, shit happens. Like, it's not my fault. She's got 2 strong legs herself. Obviously, she could have gotten out. But so now it's been like 5 minutes, and she still hasn't gotten out. And we're starting to realize, like, she's fucking gone, dude. Like, she's been gone for 5 minutes. We didn't hear screams or anything anymore. We were like, oh shit, this girl just died because we didn't save her. And then like the power turned back on, and we see this little body crawling out. It had been like 7 minutes at that point, and we see this body just crawling out, like the army crawl, right? Like, and she's crying, still screaming, and she's covered in sand and dirt. She's all messy. And like, long story short, she turned out okay. She was totally fine. She didn't die. She's still here today. You know, you guys see her in videos sometimes, but she fucking peed herself, bro. She peed herself.